You know that feeling when you walk away from a conversation with a girl and something just felt different? Like you weren't even trying that hard. You weren't performing. You weren't running your best material. You were just there, calm, present. And somehow, she was more into you than any time you actually tried. That's not luck. That's not a fluke. That's a principle. And most guys stumble into it by accident once, then spend the rest of their lives trying to recreate it without knowing what actually happened. So today, I'm telling you exactly what happened. 7 reasons why she can't stop thinking about you, even when you're not in the room, even when you're not texting, even when you're doing absolutely nothing. Let's get into it. Number 1, you didn't need her approval, and she felt it. Here's the thing about approval seeking. You don't have to say a word for her to feel it. It leaks through everything. The way you laugh a little too hard at her jokes, the way you over-explain yourself, the way you check her face every 30 seconds to see if she's still interested. Women pick up on this instantly, not consciously, instinctively. And the moment she feels you needing her approval, the tension dies. But when you're just comfortable, when you say what you think, hold your opinion, don't scramble to fill every silence, something shifts. She starts wondering, why doesn't he seem anxious around me? And that curiosity? That's attraction starting to form. You don't earn her respect by impressing her. You earn it by not needing to. Number 2, you were calm when she expected chaos. Think about this. Most guys, the moment a girl goes a little cold or distant, they panic. They overtext. They ask, "Did I do something wrong?" They perform harder. And all that does is confirm what she was already starting to feel, that this guy is emotionally unpredictable. But when you stay grounded, when her energy shifts and yours doesn't, bro, that's powerful. She pushes, you don't move. She tests, you don't crumble. You just stay even, steady, like an anchor. And women remember that feeling, because most of the world is chaotic. And a man who doesn't add to the chaos, a man who actually reduces it, she's going to keep thinking about that man. Calm is not boring. Calm is rare. Calm is attractive. Number 3, you had somewhere to be. This one is underrated, and I mean it. Nothing kills attraction faster than a guy who is infinitely available. Like he has nothing going on. No drive, no mission, no momentum. When you're always free, always ready, always waiting, it signals that your life is empty, and she's supposed to fill it. That's pressure. That's not attractive. But when you actually have a life, when you're building something, focused on something, when you reply when you're done, and not the second the notification pops up, she feels that. She thinks about you differently. You become something she has to fit into, not someone she has to manage. A man with direction is magnetic. A man without one is just available. There's a huge difference. Number 4, you left before the conversation ran dry. Pay attention to this one. Most guys hang on too long. They drag conversations until the energy flatlines. They keep texting because they're scared of silence. They stay because they don't want the moment to end. But here's the truth. The moment you leave while the energy is still high, while she's still laughing, while she still wants more, that's when she starts replaying it. That's when you get the "you should have stayed longer" text. That's when she brings you up to her friends. Knowing when to exit is one of the most underrated skills in attraction. It's not about being cold, it's about understanding that less is always more. Leave her wanting one more sentence, one more laugh, one more moment. That gap is where she thinks about you. Number 5, You listened like you actually gave a damn. And I'm not talking about nodding your head and waiting for your turn to talk. I mean actually being present. Actually remembering what she said 3 days ago and bringing it back naturally. Actually asking the follow-up question that shows you were paying attention. Bro, this is so rare that when a woman experiences it, she thinks about it for days. Most guys listen to respond. You listen to understand. That's not a small thing. That's emotional intelligence. That's maturity. And women are drawn to it like a magnet because it makes them feel seen. Not just pretty. Not just interesting. Seen. And that feeling? She'll associate it with you every time. You become the guy who actually got her. That's not easy to forget. Number 6. You were a little bit of a mystery, and you didn't even try to be. Here's what mystery actually means. And pay attention, this is the part most guys get wrong. Mystery isn't ignoring her for 4 days. Mystery isn't being cold or distant or hard to read. Real mystery is just not oversharing everything at once. You don't need to dump your whole life story in the first week. You don't need to tell her every plan, every thought, every feeling the moment it pops up. When you talk, give her pieces, hints. Enough to be interesting, not enough to answer every question. She'll find herself wondering, not in a frustrated way, in a curious way. Like when you're halfway through a great show and you can't stop thinking about what happens next. You're not playing games. You're just allowing the story to unfold slowly. And that slow unfold is addictive. Number 7. You treated yourself like the priority. And it showed. This is the final one, and honestly, it might be the most important. Women don't get addicted to men who chase them. They get addicted to men who are clearly going somewhere. Men who take care of themselves. Men who have standards. Men who don't shrink to make others comfortable. When you move through life like you matter, like your time is valuable, your standards are real, your energy is something worth protecting, she notices. Not because you're arrogant, because you're grounded. You're not looking at her thinking, please choose me. You're living your life, building your world. And if she fits, you'll find out. That kind of energy is rare. That kind of man is rare. And rare things don't get forgotten. Look, all 7 of these things have one thing in common. None of them are about trying harder. They're all about being more you, calmer, more present, more grounded, less reactive.